Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm going to be, actually over the course of the next 3 days, I am going to be harvesting quite a few vegetables. Today it is only 4 degrees Celsius, which is 40 degrees Fahrenheit, not overly warm. We are at the end of September, and on Monday, today is Saturday, on Monday night it is going to get down to -1 degrees Celsius. So I need to be harvesting a lot of my vegetables. These peas here, these are my Oregon sugar snow peas. And this is the second rush of snow peas. And with these cooler temperatures, the peas are doing actually quite well. So I just want to get these all picked so then I can remove these plants, and I will just either put them in my compost, or I might even feed these to my chickens as well. So I have quite a few on here, and I'm just going to use these for snacking on. I put them in my lunch, and I like to snack on the peas, and I also take my carrots that are from the garden and I put those in my lunch too. Every Friday I've been taking cherry tomatoes to work and putting them on the table and just letting the people that I work with just help themselves and have a little snack and help me eat these cherry tomatoes, because I have so many cherry tomatoes coming up. But I'm still waiting for a lot of my larger tomatoes to ripen. So I think that's it for these peas. Oh, I have another one here. And then I'm just going to remove these vines right out and get rid of all of this out of the garden. These poor gladiolas that I planted in behind. On this side, they haven't even started to flower. On the other side, and maybe that is because the other side gets more sun than this side. Oh, there's a pea I can pick. Yeah, the other side probably gets more sun than this side. And I think, yeah, next year I'll have to plan my positioning of my plants a little bit better. The peas are fine to have over here, but in the front of the peas, I think I need to either be planting lettuce or spinach or something like that that doesn't need a lot of sun on them to be able to produce off of the plant. So there we go. I've picked all of this out, and I will just, I think I am going to feed these to my chickens, these plants. This is where I have my sugar snap peas, and they're with the snow peas. It's just a thinner pod, and with the snap pea you have a bigger pod, but they're both, you just eat the whole pod, shell and all. I don't take out the peas from the inside. The snow peas, I would use those in stir fries. And then the snap peas, I would just snack on them. But you can just snack on the snow peas too. I mean, there's no rule that says that you can't snack on snow peas. That's for sure. And I don't have a ton, but it'll definitely give me some snacks over the course of the next week that I can take to work and have them in my lunch, which will be amazing, having peas at this time of the year. And this was another on these plants, a second rush. I planted these in May, and I thought they were done, but nope, they started producing more flowers and brought me out more peas. So I was pretty happy about that. And again, with this cooler weather, that things have really cooled off over the last week. It's our warm temperatures are pretty much over, and we're going to be having winter in no time. Just so you know, winter is not my favorite season. I am definitely a spring, summer, and fall girl, hands down, every year. I'm one of those people that I don't mind having the snow, but I only want it for like during Christmas time, and then I want it gone. So by January, I'm already over the winter. And the good news is that come February, I'm already starting seeds back in the house again, and I'm super excited for that, because then I know what's coming just around the corner. Within no time, I'm going to be out in the garden again. So I'm going to remove these plants, pea plants, from this side. Just got to be careful, because I also planted these sweet peas in here, and they are still flowering like crazy, so I don't want to be ripping those out. Not yet. I love all the flowers. I love the scents that those sweet peas give. They are just amazingly, wonderfully scented. Here I have the pickling cucumbers, so I'm just removing, I have 2 left on these vines. I'm not seeing any other, oh, another little one there. So I got 3 little pickling cucumbers, and I will be removing the vines. Again, I'm gonna try and watch out for these sweet peas. Maybe I'll just attach that higher up onto the panel. Pardon me. And I will just put these cucumbers over here, because I forgot my basket to pick them. Oh, there's another little tiny one, little baby. Put that over there, and I'm just going to pull up these vines. And these pickling cucumbers were called pick-a-bush cucumbers, and they were actually turned out quite nice. There's another one. I only had 4 plants in here. Next year, I'm hoping to get a lot more pickling cucumber plants in here, and have a better production of the pickling cucumbers. I might be able to just take these out from the other side, actually. Let's see. If I have to cut them, I will. It's not, I'm picking them out anyways, but I might be able to take them out without cutting them. Just trying not to wreck my sweet pea plants. Just kind of weaving them out. That one broke. That's okay. I'm just breaking them off. And then I'm going to amend all these beds with more compost once I get everything taken out. Okay, I think I have it all. That's it for those. We might as well take out the rest of these sunburst squash, because they won't make it with the frost. So I'm just going to pick out, they're pretty small, but they're still usable. And then I will remove these plants also. Okay. Those other ones are pretty tiny. So let's remove these out. I'll just move my basket out of the way. And we'll just pull it right out of the ground. Take my tag out as well. this one out. Sure opens things up in here. Okay. Really all I have left in here now is my calendula and my beets on this side, which I don't have to remove my beets. These are my slicer cucumbers. I only have a couple that are big enough that can be picked. That's a pretty good size. Another one there. Got a little baby. I can pick that. And I have one here on the ground. There's that. And another one on the other side. I'm also going to remove all these tags in here too. Pull out these vines. These ones will probably take a little bit, because as they were growing, I was intertwining them into my panel. So these are going to probably take a little bit more work to get these out and off of this panel. I just kind of give them a tug, add it to my wheelbarrow. Well, one of my videos, I think it was a tour video when I was touring the garden, and somebody had made a comment about getting rid of my wind chimes because they were so noisy. Well, I give it, it was a windy day, but I mean, those things you just have to work around when you're making videos, and there's no way I would remove my wind chimes. I love my wind chimes. I wouldn't have them if I didn't like them. I have quite a few different types of wind chimes, and I love all of them. Okay, that is the sweet tea, so I'm not going to pull on that. Kind of get all of this out of here. Okay. Getting it. I can see a lot more through the other side. Okay. And even if I do break some of these sweet pea plants, I mean, I don't know how cold it has to get before the frost will get those plants too. This is my green zucchini. I have rosemary, and underneath I have thyme growing over here. I did notice I had one more, these other ones are pretty tiny, but I have one zucchini, green zucchini on this side. That's a good size to be picking. So this one here, that's a not bad size. I'll add that to my cucumbers. This one's pretty tiny, but it's edible. And I think that is it And I'm going to be removing these out as well because they'll never make the frost. They are definitely frost sensitive. And whew, the root system on that was unbelievable. Look at those roots. Oh, and a little zucchini fell off. So add that to my compost. Got 2 more plants to remove. And 1 more. Oh, I need my tag. There we go. That sure opens things up in here. Corner, this is my yellow squash, and it's a crookneck squash. I wasn't sure which one this was, but when I seen what they looked like when I picked them, I realized it was a crookneck squash. So these have to be removed. I didn't get very many, but this plant was so late in developing. So just remove these. Oh, I got 1 zucchini here. I could keep that. So I'll keep that one. So I picked more that were like this as well, and they were quite a bit bigger. I think it's time to empty my wheelbarrow. I don't think I'm going to be able to put too much more in there now. These are the gladiolas that are flowering on this side where I just pulled out my green zucchini. Look at how pretty those are. And yet I had nothing on the other side, but these ones are doing really well. This sunflower up here, this is called a color fashion sunflower, and it has bicolors, so that's where you're seeing the 2 colors. But if I come up closer, look at how this burgundy one has the 2-tone on the leaves itself. That is so cool. This is my Toscano kale, and I've just been feeding all the leaves to my chickens. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to cut it off there, and I'll just feed this to my chickens. Instead of stripping all the leaves off, I'll just give them the rest of the plant. Geez, that one's not as easy as the other 2 were. There we go. Okay, and I got 1 more. And like I say, I don't think I'm going to grow the Toscano kale anymore unless I want to grow like maybe 2 plants, and then I can use it to feed to the chickens. But I haven't been eating it. I would much rather have the curled kale, the dwarf green curled kale, than to eat the Toscano kale. Oh, see, how come that other one was so hard? And then I'm just going to pull these up without disturbing my beet plants, which are right beside here. Oh, that was the tough one. Okay. That takes care of that. And then these will just go into my compost. Take out that stick. Try not to disturb my carrots too much. Okay, here I have the spaghetti squash. This is the one that I used this netting for, to protect it from pulling the vine down. So I just have my little snippers, and I'm going to cut this string And I'm going to slip this netting off of that. That will just go in the garbage. I won't be able to reuse it again. And I'm going to cut this. And I gave it quite a bit of the stem on the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it into the house and I will let it finish curing in the house in a warm area. And I have 3 over here. I didn't need to have that one tied up. So that other one was cured quite a bit more than this one has. But all I have to do is put it in a warm, sunny window. This vine was actually going super soft, so that was mushy when I cut that. And I'm going to get rid of these vines out of here from the spaghetti squash. I got another one here to remove. And really all I have left in this bed are my, on the other side, those are the Goldfinger carrots, which can stay in the ground. And on this side, I have the Damber half-long carrots, and as well, they can stay in the ground. I will be picking some of my carrots because I need some more in the house for us to eat. So I'm just getting the last of this out of here, cleaned right out. I already took out my dragon tongue bush bean plants because those were no good anymore. They weren't going to be producing anything off of them. Now I'm also going to remove these tags that all say spaghetti squash. Here I'm down over where we have our other squash plants. This is my bonbon squash, and I'm going to be removing them off of the vines, and then I will be removing the vines out of the garden. And then of course I'll line them up and show you exactly what we got from this side of the garden too. It's pretty wet. We've had a lot of rain and now it's cold. So we gotta get this stuff out of here. And I have 2 more over here. That's this one. I think I only have 2 plants anyways. And this vine, oh, it's caught in the back here around this mashed potato squash. So I'm going to have to release it from, oh, it's really tangled up in here. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's take this out. And I'll put this in my wheelbarrow. Here's my other one. I only had 2 plants in here, so we'll take this all out and put it in the wheelbarrow. This is my mashed potato squash. I originally had 3 plants, but the other 2 didn't make it. This was the only one that made it, and I got a total of 3 mashed potato squashes. Aren't those such a cool shape? There's my other one, and even a smaller one there. Not very big, that's for sure. And then I'll just remove this plant out, which will be super easy. There we go, 1 plant. And I'll add these over with my bonbon squash, I should say. This is the candy roaster squash. And I already have this one that I removed. And it has been hardening up and ripening pretty good. I'm not sure how much this is going to affect the squash itself by not leaving enough of the stem off of it. So I'm just going to move this one out of the way, and I'll just move them all over to here until I get them all out of here. Some of these are just massive. Okay, I got some in on this side. Like carrying a baby. Oh, there's so many. They did so well. I just can't believe the volume. And this is 3 plants. I probably only needed 2. Here all I have left are my little pumpkins. So I'll come in the back. I already cut all my pumpkins off on this side. So I just have to cut these ones. Couple of little ones, they just vary in size, that's for sure. And I've got a couple more over here. Okay, and I'm just going to remove the pumpkins first, and then I will remove the vines next. Here in amongst my corn, I have butternut squash, and I only have 2 and they're fairly small, so I'm gonna have to pick them because they won't make it once the frost hits. But this one totally looks like a butternut squash, but it's not very big. And this one doesn't really look like the shape of a butternut squash, but it came from the butternut squash vine, so it's gotta be one. So I'm gonna put this over with my other squashes and we'll have a look at what all I got. Okay, we'll start at this end. We have 2 butternut squash, 3 mashed potato squash, 6 of the bonbon squash, and I said a dozen, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of the candy roaster squash. Then we come down here, look at my massive pile of vines. Still got to pick those up. Here, they're not all my pumpkins because I cut some pumpkins off and I had to take them in the house. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 3 in the house is 19 of these pumpkins. And this is the small sugar pumpkins. And if I had to say which were my biggest, I would have to say that one right there. That looks like the biggest, and the second runner-up would have to be that one in the back. But that's pretty good. So I'm just going to clean up what I have down here. I have all these vines I'm going to clean up, and then I'm going to take in all of these squash. I have to empty my wheelbarrow before I can take in all of this squash. So I just wanted to bring you along. This is day 1 of harvesting, and I still have 2 more days to go. I think I did pretty good as far as the day goes. I got a lot taken out of the garden. I've been cleaning up a lot, and we're just gonna keep going on. We'll see you again for day 2. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.